got guns, hoes, money, troll, cars, boats. You should know. Dogs, bros, swag, goes. Hold up, whoa.
You name it.
Guns, hoes, money, troll, cars, boats. You should know. Dogs, bros, swag, goes. Hold up, whoa.
You name
I'm
it.
throwing money off the balcony into the crowd because I want to. Goddamn, I feel good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You already know.
Hi.
welcome back to your, I would say, fifth or sixth favorite podcast, if you're telling us the truth, and we really, really appreciate that.
If you ask such questions of people,
The problem is, if I had to name like my sixth favorite podcast, it's one that I probably don't even like that
does it get
much.
murky?
Yeah. Like I got a few that I'm in the bag for, and then there's like the rest is like,
I just know the ones you tell
they
me
hit
to
or
listen
miss.
to.
Yeah.
Because I still don't.
He still
really.
doesn't. You did not listen to the Dave Smith Rogan one, did you?
It's like 90 minutes, man.
No, it's 3 hours. That's what Joe
Holy
Rogan is.
Fuck.
Yeah. Is this fucking candle lit? Yeah. All right.
Don't burn yourself.
Well, thanks, Andy. I had this whole episode predicated on us reviewing
It'll
that.
get you.
We had an hour spent to
review.
review that episode.
Sorry.
All right. So,
Dick jokes.
You guys wanna
and
talk about
Bane
porn?
impressions. Semen retention at its
semen
finest.
retention bait. No.
He keeps it. He keeps it.
What do you think is in the
Fuck,
mask?
dude. Oh,
Gross.
No. Is he just gurgling on it then? No.
It's like a feeding tube.
It'd be very painful for you if you took this off.
Take this jizz out of my mask.
Gurgling this business. Fuck, that's dumb.
All
and
right,
gross.
guys. So if you just came into this is your first like, hey, I should check out this podcast. They had a big weekend with some funny memes and such, and then you're like, fuck these guys.
We
yeah.
need like a shitty local commercial, like Conspiracy Randy. Those guys are dumb.
Those guys are fucking dumb. Boom.
Well, I mean, if they saw half the shit that was put out there, they kind of have to expect it.
Yeah. What did you expect at this point?
Right. What did you expect?
It is really funny, like, because I've decided that we're just like, let's be the hard stance, like the porn's probably not good, guys, on the thing, and then we come on here. So the problem is that aligns ethically with a lot of people, who like I still don't want to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are like, oh, this seems like some nice guys. Pretty reasonable take on relationships and sexual relationships and pornography, and I think good Christian conservative podcast over here.
Wholesome content on
They're
that
like, all right,
Conspiracy
so
Randy
Bane's
show.
jizz mask is part of this greater semen retention routine, but he can't quite break the cycle to beating off, so he just keeps it and then puts it back in via the mask.
It's odd he chooses that way,
I
but
have to aspirate my loads. It's more efficient.
aspirate.
I don't know if that was Bill Clinton or Bane, but either way.
I gotta keep these beiges.
this
This beige
beige.
juice. Beige.
Bill, yes, Bill Clinton, like, hey, Bill, you ever think about trying this little bit of semen retention? He's like, no.
No way, man. I'm busting those loads out. He's fucking
Let's
vegan, so I can't
Bill
imagine.
Clinton is?
What is? Yeah, he turned vegan.
Oh,
in
that's why
recent
he looks so
years.
spooky. No, for real. Like he all of a sudden, Bill. All of a sudden, no, for real. Like, no, he does. Though he looks like a ghost. All of a sudden, Bill Clinton's just like sunken eyes and skinny,
Real.
like death has just become him. And it's like, oh my god, the soy finally got you.
They pulled the mask off. Bill Clinton. Like I would have got away with it too.
You were gay this whole time.
if it weren't for you damn kids. Hey, you guys like beaches?
By the way, the funny thing is the womanizer Bill Clinton thing is like amongst the further reaches of the Bill Clinton is a piece of shit conspiracy land, right? You get further into that.
Yep.
Once you get past the official narrative of like, the few rape accusations and the Lewinsky thing and him just kind of being a dog, a little of the Epstein stuff, the behind the scenes conversation office is actually like it never was women. It never was women or girls with Bill Clinton. It was always boys. Ooh. Yeah. And that those are things that, they may have happened, but it's more of a way of like him failing to like try to do straight dude stuff, and he just fucked it up because he's a monster. You know what I mean? And that actually he's like a little boy fucker.
I'm really bad at this. I'm sorry.
God damn.
Do I shoot it on your dress?
Here, I'll put a cigar in your poo.
Relations with that woman.
Well, yeah, that's why he was like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman because I don't know how
Define
to have sexual
relations.
Yeah, he's like, that's.
I don't know. PPs and vagies.
Yeah,
Hillary, come here. That's fucking wild. She's over
Hillary,
here.
Hillary had Chelsea came from Hillary using the Bane mask.
That makes perfect sense.
It doesn't go down there. God.
Well, I'm gonna do this one way or another, Bill.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck you, bitch. Dukes Hazard's on. Just some good hobos.
By the way, sorry.
No, it's good. It's fine. It's fine.
The our intro music was from Prof's new album, Powderhorn Suites.
As soon as I heard those lyrics, I immediately recognized them from our good friend Brian Shirt.
That's why I reminded. Well, first off, I was like, oh, I should definitely play that to lead into the podcast because that intro, that first segment, the guns, hoes, money, bro, it's so great.
Yeah, it's so good.
But also, I was like, oh, I got to add this to the playlist because it's great. The Conspiracy Randy podcast soundtrack playlist you can find on Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere else. Just those two.
Yep.
That's it.
The two.
And we don't get paid for that, so I don't know why I keep hustling it so hard. But if you want to get up on our vibe, that's where our vibe sits. Mm-hmm. Get up on this vibe.
That's what we listen to when we're doing normal stuff, like cleaning gutters with boners and
or puke in the garage with
boners.
Bust It Wide Open, or we randomly sing Action Bronson and change the words to Andy-related things. Mm-hmm. And then oftentimes listen to rap music and have to sit awkwardly silent every 5 words while they say the one word we can't rap along to. It's the worst thing, listening to rap music with your white friends. You're like, you're like, okay, let's just not do sing-along time.
They just turned it down.
I feel like that's the sole reason that clean edited versions exist out there. They're like, this way white people could listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
With their friends.
At stoplights, next to black people, like,
Sorry.
It said player.
Sorry.
It says player. That said player.
Sorry. Just drive off fucking all fast. Oh, man. Yeah. I already feel awkward just talking about it. Let's move on. Gross.
All right. In other N-word news, Andy.
Nantucket.
Shit.
No. Gross. I don't like
Now, where was I going?
all.
But the prof bit, by the way. So.
Oh, yeah.
Then I go to pull it up, and it turns out I had already added it to the playlist long ago. So I've been on this tip. But no, this album he had just put out, he had got dropped by Rhymesayers for not being like, I don't know, whatever. It was some like part half attempt to Me Too stuff, but it was more about his DJ and that he had for a few years. I couldn't process it all, and at some point, maybe most of the people who make music and art sometimes probably aren't the types of people you want dating your daughter or like Andy or you know what I mean, like
it's fucking true.
Well, but like 100% of the people on this earth have some colossal flaws that the world would be better suited if they didn't have those flaws, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to interject into whatever the situation of his was. All I know is the guy is exceptionally talented. His music is really, really good, and it does. By the way, his music comes off as kind of like misogynist as fuck, but I kind of don't care. It's the vibe is that it is like ignorant and silly.
Yeah, he was putting out music videos when he was hanging out with like pregnant girls.
8 pregnant chicks in bikinis, like in a trailer park. Like this whole thing is
jam.
not meant to be taken fucking seriously here.
Yeah, if you've heard him speak on any other level, you'd be like, yeah, he's an intelligent man. He's a very artistic man. He's
Prof now
fanboying.
I think he's released everything on his own. I think it's either his own album or whatever, detached from Rhymesayers, I believe now.
Okay.
Because that's what delayed the release of this thing. They like cut him loose. And so what he's done though is he has, if you don't know, aren't familiar with who he is, a really great insight into this. Short of like his live shows, I guess his live shows are just fucking insane. Like he's such a high energy deal. But as a performer, when you listen to the way he raps and sings, it almost is comical and over the top in a way where you forget that it's talented as fuck. That you realize he's singing all his own hooks, and that like while it is comical, like it is really, really. If it was a man who's sitting in a room singing that, you're like, holy fuck, how was he doing all of this? And so he released live from the Powderhorn Suites, and I was like, promotion, just him and a microphone, basically, right? The beats going up, but just him solo performing with a microphone, and that's this video series on YouTube, 5 or 6 videos, different song of him doing, and it is a really, really good, just like, yeah, you don't need no production, you don't need a big backup crew, you don't need anything, just that dude with the microphone can fucking deliver.
Yeah.
Like really
Super
can
talented.
deliver. And he's a real artist too, like painter, like, yeah.
Yeah, super multi-talented.
Yeah, so it's
Got
a real
his hands
one.
in like all aspects of like from writing to, I mean, he does it fucking all, man. Yeah.
I think there's a point when you just live that out, then you're like, oh, I guess my music is pretty good too. And my this and that is like, I think a person Not everybody. Some people connect to that stuff and just have to stay in their lane. But I think that's a guy that just whatever he does is probably just going to have that.
It took me so long to get into him. I feel ashamed to say so, but like I initially was just kind of turned off by his look, that shitty little mustache.
It's like
thing,
purposely ironic, like
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be the bad guy thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
And I don't know,
that's
like-
true. Maybe I connect to that more at 37 years old than I would at 28.
I don't know. Fuck. I mean, I'm a music snob and I make associations unjustly. So there was a group of people that really liked Prof, and I
just
found them to
didn't
be
like
complete
them.
pieces of shit.
Well,
so I was like,
yeah.
man, I wonder if that Prof guy then
Well,
is it kind of hand in hand?
that's the way I look at everything, though. Like I just attach. This is the problem, probably with a lot of the world. Though, is it's like people that I just can't stand their presence or existence or their tone or whatever it is. I kind of just want to not agree with them on anything, whatever it is. I just want to be like, never mind. You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah. Mumford's and Sons is good.
They're great.
All right.
I love it.
I'll leave you to your day.
Yeah. I'll sit there and pretend to like Kings of Leon as long as you get the fuck out of my house. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, it reminds me of like your whole Juggalo like rant and all that stuff. It's like that. It's like that. I like Insane Clown Posse. Like I don't like you.
Well, yeah, like, and maybe you like the vibe or the party, but can you be like, Insane Clown Posse makes really good music? No, it's not even entertaining. Like, it's like, whatever. I'm not, listen, this isn't the negative about artists podcast, so I opened.
That'll come
That was a
later.
great pitch for Prof. I highly recommend checking it out. His whole catalog's quite good.
Do you think he's more
Super fun.
Midwestern in nature, in like reach,
No.
scope?
I don't know. I don't know. What the fuck would I
always
know?
wonder how far of reach,
I'm
Ryan
not
Sayers, Doomtree,
I'm not quite a bit,
all
I
those
guess.
sets.
They were listening to, what was the Atmosphere, Trying to Find a Balance came on when I was at the gym in Connecticut.
Nice.
Which also, that wasn't like, didn't think a big banger. That was also like 2003. So I hear like 17-year-old or 18-year-old songs from Minneapolis played on the East Coast. I was like, oh, that's promising.
Nicely done.
That's promising.
You mentioned Atmosphere. I just saw he's doing cameos now. That app where you shout outs and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. But at the same
No, it
time,
wouldn't.
I'm like, what's going on?
I want to go the other route. Yeah. I want to get like some.
what if he'd rap about you though?
I don't care. That's not funny. I want to go the other route. I want to get like a bad guy from a movie, make him say something that, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to get anything meaningful. You want to basically clown on them.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. Damn. Who would you get a cameo?
That's a good
do you think?
question.
I can't really think of who.
Give us ideas. Maybe if
can
someone
just
wants to say, hey, this is what you guys can do on our behalf. Go pay some celebrity $20-$30 on Cameo to say something great to or about Conspiracy Randy and have him send it to
I
us.
think at $20 or $30, our tiers are. I mean,
It's very, very rich.
gonna be
No,
like-
you can do pretty good, I think.
really?
Yeah.
I think it'd be like a local celebrity, maybe.
No,
like some fucking
All right,
weatherman or
let's
some
let's
shit,
redo
dude.
this. We will film Cameo off platform. $40 each. You send us, and we'll make it right here in the studio, me and Andy, and we'll send it to you. It'll be our own cameo, not without cameos. So let us know if you want to wish somebody happy birthday or happy 9/11.
Have a good birthday, Rebecca, from your friend Todd. It's me, Bane, on Conspiracy Randy.
Reminding you to never forget your birthday.
That coincidentally and horrifically happened on 9/11. I'm sorry, Rebecca.
Yeah, we do gifts on the 10th. Yeah. Anyway, so guys, if you want customized cameo takes, $50. If you want them read on the podcast, $600 a piece. That's what we charge for advertising time. The good people at sdwildlife.com, it about broke them, but by God, it also made them.
We need to make those cod pieces.
What doesn't
or
break
whatever.
you financially definitely will make us richer. So look it up. Send it this way.
That was Tony Robbins, I believe.
Yeah. Tony Robbins, COVID denier.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Banana hands.
Well, do you know how
COVID's not
upsetting it would be
real.
to have somebody who is like, with Tony Robbins' speaking skills, and really, like, he is obviously an exceptionally well-spoken man, and he's very, very, very intelligent, and speaks on layers, right? He speaks in terms of the abstract and specifics very, very well because of what he does. He's a fucking motivational speaker, but he does boil things down onto some level of action. Tony Robbins is not the guy that I would want articulating points out there that are contrary to what I believe, because then I'd be like, fuck me,
I gotta fight this guy.
well,
now.
no, you're like, I probably am wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I probably just
that
am wrong.
old chestnut.
Oh, yeah.
How often does that happen?
It's good signs for me that people that think, not people that come out and say, I am scientist, because
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. I've known plenty of doctors who are fucking morons about like medical things too. And also about almost every other thing.
Yeah.
So like, not all, but there are some. And there are some that are great, but like, I don't care if some fucking science guy wants to talk to me. Like, that's fine. You are now a science guy. That's the stamp. But that doesn't mean anything to me. No different than I don't support any human being based on any fucking title that they ever had. I don't care. Like, if you kind of cunt up my space, I just like, man, I really don't want to agree with you.
Right.
You know, which is the way it goes.
I'm coming around as far as titles don't really mean shit.
Yeah.
When you look at like the broad scope of things and who's doing what and their capacity.
Look at your boy, Dr. Fauci,
I mean,
the Grim Reaper of the AIDS epidemic. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, they don't really talk about that.
Yeah,
do
let's
they?
prop you up in the highest paid government position for the last 25 or 30 years, and now you're the forefront of this fucking. You're like, who do we got to turn to? Oh, it's this guy. Oh, he's done a really good job though, as far as like overseeing the overall health of the United States the last 20 years, right? We're a healthier society. No, oh, we're not. We're fat. Oh my God, and diabetes. What?
Diet?
This is
Like,
wait a minute. What?
Over
I thought
60% of us are morbidly obese.
this is. And by the way, is that worse or better since Fauci got? Oh, it's worse. It's way worse.
He's saving us.
What are we doing here? Like, Doctor what? Is he still practicing medicine? Is he doing no?
Dr. Feelgood.
He's a politician and a fucking rat. Fuck him. Cut it loose, guys. Cut that guy loose. At least find something else that makes more sense. You know what I mean? Like, you can communicate and pull on that side of things. Like, we should be more careful. We should learn more. We should keep an eye on. You know what I mean? That does make sense. But stop fucking creating. Like, we're gonna build a statue of this guy. That's what's gonna happen. And then people are gonna probably find out what really goes on. And this becomes this weird idol worship thing. Like we said before about rappers and musicians. Like, none of these people are perfect, and they all probably fucking suck very fundamentally out of quite a few things that are really fucking horrible. So quit making it about the dude. Don't you know what I mean? Like, nothing.
Hero worship and lauding, like.
Because the problem is, I'll say this about Tony Robbins. When he is communicating to you what he believes about the epidemic, the pandemic, and the deaths and the solutions and all this stuff, he communicates to you a thought process, correct? Right? You know what he's thinking, how he got there. What does Dr. Fauci say? Oh, you don't need to wear a mask outside. And then 2 weeks later, oh, you got to wear a mask outside. And now you're an idiot if you don't wear 2 masks. And then, you know what I mean? This isn't a process that you're even getting to justify. You're just being told, just believe me.
Yeah.
And I'll lie to you if you need to be lied to, which is exactly why in the beginning they said, what? Don't worry about masks, right? Because they lied because they didn't want us to snatch them all up. And then, you know what I mean? Healthcare professionals couldn't get them, right?
Yeah.
But that's lying to us. And now I'm supposed to believe you?
Wear 2 of them now. Or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so stop with the hero worship. There's only 2 heroes in this world that you should worship. Randy and Tyler.
Yes. And definitely not President Joe Biden.
Randy, you had a big weekend this weekend.
Yep, it was huge.
He didn't puke in the garage.
I did not. I adulted harder than normal. I just sound like the most
Oh, there's like, I adulterate.
whack piece of shit.
I
Like,
adulterate. I adulterate harder than ever.
you gotta get married to do that. That's right, ladies.
Is it? Oh, wait a minute. Is it adultery? Is only
if you're
cheating
dating?
adultery, or is extramarital sex adultery?
Are we really getting into that?
No, I don't know. Like, by the definition of the word.
Oh, fuck if I know.
Like, what about if you're not married and you're not married
What
and
if
you're
they're
fucking
married?
a married chick? Is that you're participating in an act of adultery?
You're participatory in an adulterous act.
Here, God, all this time I thought that's what adulting was. And I was like,
All these
adulting is really hard and complicated.
People post about it quite a bit.
People
though.
get really mad at me
They're
every time I
open.
do it.
Adulting. Like,
Oh, I adulted with this guy's wife.
what are you gonna do about it? Man, what a hard
Yeah, he
day
was
of
mad.
adulting.
Yeah, every
He yelled
time
at me and chased me out of the house and everything.
I did so much adulting this year, and it cost me a lot of personal relationships.
A couple pairs of pants I had to leave back. I really liked those pants.
Lots of visits to the doctors.
Yeah, no.
Hey, COVID free.
COVID free, as well as a couple other tests.
I've been. The Conspiracy Randy podcast has been STD free for 11 days.
It's a chalkboard. God damn it, Randy.
Okay, I think we definitely need a chalkboard up here now. Or we just start every episode with a counter. Like,
oh, I fucking love it. Or like we could change it up, like whatever. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like 245 days since I've ejaculated.
So much stupid shit. Yes. Oh my god.
All right, guys, we need a conspiracy Randy chalkboard then for sure.
So
It'll hang up right
if
there.
I'm thinking correctly, then we need money for the cameo. We need money for the chalkboard. We probably need money for like incidentals and such when we go to SuperCon. So if people could, send us money,
Yeah.
we got a party.
Let's do before we wrap up this. When we're not going to wrap up, but I'll have you bring up those paper things. Let's hawk some of them on this episode too.
On this episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to do it now. No.
That's gonna be wild later. I'm gonna be like, down the stairs. Okay. Anyway.
We got pause button, bro.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right. So my weekend, lots of different stuff. And
Can I?
do you want to do a song before we head into it?
I think so, guys.
From the Conspiracy Randy playlist, available on Spotify and Apple, wherever apples are sold.
Yeah. Wherever else you can buy apples.
Apples.
It's the Apple Store.
Fuck Apple.
Anyway, so Randy had a big weekend.
Are we really doing? Okay.
Listen, there's only a few lines. I now think in terms of the Doors.
Jesus
And what was
Christ,
the
that's
other
so
one?
sad. Randy. Like think of Rolling Stones? No, okay. Whatever.
Hold on.
So, oh, okay.
Oh, we're doing it, Andy.
Oh, you're doing the whole fucking thing.
Not
Okay.
the whole thing.
I got nothing. I'm just gonna wait on you until cues on. You've got the lyrics in your head.
Randy. Damn it, every time. Randy. Damn it. Randy went to prom.
Oh yeah.
Randy went to prom. He went there with his mom. I got nothing. And it was really long.
It was long. Yeah, no.
He didn't wear a mask and you can kiss his ass. Randy went to prom. He went there with his mom. His mom. And all of his ex-girlfriends.
It was a ridiculous amount of ex-girlfriends.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new segment called Andy Went to Prom. And it's not the way that you would maybe think.
He's fucking 38. How did he go to prom?
Listen, some nice young lady asked him to go, and he just, were you going to say no?
first I said,
Yes.
"Are you 18?" And then I was like, "Yeah."
The answer, if you ever get asked to go to prom, is no.
Yes. Yes.
We're
No.
totally sure
Yeah, that is a resounding.
Even, by the way,
no.
even if it's your kid's prom and they want you to go take pictures, just don't go.
I shouldn't have probably.
So
I mean,
Andy,
whatever.
Andy
but
is a separated father. What's the word I'm looking for?
Twice removed.
Twice removed. No, so Andy's daughter stays somewhere else, goes to prom. Not to give away a bunch of information, but basically Andy goes to these events. Right, It's not in your town, so you have to go to this. So it's a bunch of work. So the whole time I'm like, I would not go to that. Andy.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You always tell me how it's stupid, and I'm like, well, these are the moments. But it's like fucking.
You
It's
go
a
there
lot.
and just
It's
be
like,
like, don't you dare have sex with my kid.
Oh.
That's you, just, like,
Yeah.
you could just send a text message and get that done.
just a picture of me going like, pointing to my friends that know how to operate guns.
Tyler's big.
Yeah,
He doesn't have anything else going on.
Don't make me make him do
All right.
things.
Let's do the setting here. Where'd you go? You
I went to a very small town in like North Dakota.
Yeah.
I won't name drop because
Yeah.
anonymity, but like bumfuck nowhere.
Population like 600, maybe.
Oh Jesus, no,
No, not even.
no. We're talking like when there's an abundance of people in the town, maybe like 4,
Nice.
3. I don't fucking know. I mean, so it's neighboring towns that all consolidate at this one school, right?
Okay.
There was maybe
And it becomes a quarter of a regular town.
yeah,
okay.
right. Yeah, still. But
This is not, by the way, Biden country.
dear God, no. As I'm driving up, there is Trump flags all over the place. There's a sign that says, if you don't like the president, don't cash the check. They have a new flag
I
up.
don't even know what that means. Is that a
That was from
pro-Biden
Trump.
thing?
No, it was still up from Trump.
Oh, okay.
They just didn't take
Are
it
you
down
sure?
because they're fucking lazy.
Because it makes sense now, too.
Well, it totally does. But like now
Logic.
they don't
now
like
we don't
it.
believe it, but we
Well,
still have the sign.
So I just drive by like, you dumb fucks, take your sign down. But now somebody else like down the road replaced their flag and now it says Trump 2024.
That
So
guy
I'm like,
fucks.
they're just like fucking hanging on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get talked a lot of shit about, or my daughter's stepdad, like calls her a fucking snowflake and talks shit about
really?
me. Says stuff like, "Is your dad going to a protest this weekend?" Shit like that. Like, I gave her a Bernie sticker. She put it on her fucking car, and they ripped it off, threw it in the garbage, and like, there is no way you are putting that on your vehicle.
Well, let's be honest.
Just to
At
set the
16
tone.
years old, that girl has never thought about one of Bernie Sanders' economic policies or how they would ever work. She just likes the guy because he's nice,
Yep.
which is fine.
She is totally on this path of.
But that for the same reason, that's why
wokeness.
that's why Superman should be president or whatever. Mm-hmm. Come on, what are we doing?
Also, like bullets.
That would help.
But that'd be
That
good.
might help if next
you.
year. That might help with the next election. It's gonna be a hot one.
Oh, it's so hot. Yeah, no, but anyway, it's deep into Trump country, and me with all my like liberal ideals and
Yeah.
beliefs and unkemptness. I guess like I fit in because of the beard thing.
Yeah,
You
you showed up in beard and plaid, so you fit in.
lots of beards, and like we're in Duck Commander.
You need to gain
country.
about 70 pounds body.
Oh, I'm getting there.
We'll get you there.
But anyway, so like, fuck. To add to the mix, if I haven't said it already, but my daughter, for those of you out home, my daughter is currently dating the son of
one
my
of your exes,
girlfriend.
yeah.
Yes.
So now you go to these things and you have to deal with two exes.
Yep.
And pick up your son from the other ex before you go do this.
Yep. So like in a 5.
Have you ever thought of just like laying
myself.
down in the bathtub and just holding your head underwater and just breathing in the sweet, sweet release of death?
just dropping a toaster in?
Like it reminds me of that Bill Burr bit where he's like people don't think, like suicide never crosses somebody's mind and stuff, and they're like, what is wrong with those people? Like my wife is like, you said you'd make a cake for this fucking Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm like, fuck, I guess I'm gonna kill myself. Like I don't want to do that.
Yeah. No.
If I had to go see 3 ex-girlfriends in one day, no way.
it takes a lot. A lot of people don't.
I'd send all of my new girlfriends to go handle that business for me. Like, listen,
Oh, it's a fucking standard.
yeah, you're gonna handle this here,
It's a
please.
life model. Andy sends his
Listen,
regards.
she
Also,
hates you
fuck
too,
Yeah.
but I can't do
Right.
3 at once. Yeah, no way. Anyway,
Yeah, no. So, saw my kid's mom and saw my ex and saw my son's mom. And it was just, and then my mom's there. And she doesn't remember anybody, but she does. So
Yeah.
she's always like, that person looks familiar. I'm like, they should.
you used to live with me.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. I just want to melt away.
Yeah.
But my whole thing, I was thinking initially about all this, like ex-girlfriends aside, there's not going to be a mask in that entire fucking building.
Nope.
And there was not.
And there probably never has been.
And I was like, if I'm the only one wearing it, I'm going to look like a douchebag.
Yeah. I mean,
So
but you're doing it
I
to protect
fucking-
them,
I fucking
Andy.
fold under like whatever pressures around me.
Yeah.
Whatever I got in there is
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to look fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So here I am, like, I want to stay safe, but also like, let's get into this gym
Yeah.
where
Fuck
they're
it.
playing Shania Twain and
Yeah.
fucking coughing on everybody.
Plus, you're like, I can't. Well, again, this is a room full of people that don't like you inherently via family connections too.
God.
So it's like aunts and
Oh,
uncles that have heard. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
And then also, oh yeah, which one's he? Oh, he's the only fucking dork in there wearing a mask.
Right.
Like, don't worry, you
That
can't
one.
miss him.
that idealist
Thoughts
liberal
and prayers or
douchebag.
whatever.
My daughter's grandma despises me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And she's a huge, like, I don't know if I could say COVID denier, but she does not want the vaccine. And
Doesn't
right
wanna
away
wear
when this
masks.
shit was happening, she's like, I want to get it. So then I'm just over it and move on.
Okay, so what she is
You remember
right.
this woman though, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she's like waking up at 3 a.m. to can vegetables and
Yeah.
stuff, and then she's
Yeah.
like half cracked out on like just
So
life
she's
and
right
Jesus.
and has been right this whole time, and you
Yeah.
hate it.
So I mean, I do fucking hate it because I
You do hate
cannot
it
stand
because
her.
you are also like now we're in a room full of people that now know that she was right the whole time.
Yeah.
Damn it!
And she's just like,
Here I am, kicking it.
no COVID.
That's great. Good for her.
Yeah. As I was sitting there,
People
like,
need. You're like, oh, I really was hoping. I was hoping all you guys would have to stay in your little pods at home and wear
Yeah,
masks and be miserable.
and just die.
Yeah.
No, not the case. But yeah, so it was weird, just a weird experience. But well, we got through it. Whatever. Took some nice photos. They had to fucking do breathalyzers on site. These cops had fucking like,
What?
oh my God.
For you?
Oh, not for us. Not for us.
Oh, thank God.
For the kids. For the kids.
Oh,
For the
okay. To make
kids.
sure kids weren't partying.
Yeah, yeah. But
Whoa,
it was
that
like,
would not have worked when
it
I was in
right
I would
in
have got
front
kicked
of
the fuck out.
everybody. Like they were wearing, they had fucking like they had their vests on and shit.
Well, it's
like,
at a school.
Did y'all come from like a riot or something prior to this or something? Or,
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, you gotta be prepared for anything at school events. It's America.
Oh shit! And you know, everybody in that parking lot had like a gun.
That would be
in
the
their
wrong.
truck.
That would be the wrong place to go for a school shooting. Like every
Yeah.
child has a gun in their car.
You just get like 5 guns cranking.
Yeah, like
back
I grew
at
up
you.
in high school where there was guns in the truck windows.
Yeah.
Like this was not uncommon.
Do they fucking still make those things, or do you think since
I
it's
don't
frowned
know.
upon?
Well,
you can't
also
get
gun
one?
now the guns are a little not harder to come by, but like high stakes with things. Like I would never put one in my back windshield.
Even if you're
There's a gun in every vehicle
it
I
with
drive at all times for sure, but not in the fucking window, because then it's easy to just take.
you never see those anymore. Yeah.
Well, no, it's not accessible to you. So if you're using it to take it somewhere, I guess, but you might as well not put it on display for it to be stolen.
Yeah, right.
And if you're using it to protect yourself if something happens while you're in the vehicle, you're going to want it to be a little quick.
You always hear these OGs be like, "Yeah, we had the guns right in our trucks. After school, we'd go.
I used to have
we'd
hand
go
grenades,
hunting."
preschool.
Yeah, right. Napalm. Oh my God, C4 pussies. I love Foreigner.
So did any
the band, not
so did-
real foreigners?
By the way, did any kids get popped for drinking? Right in front
No,
of
but
everybody?
like one of Annecy's friends like graduated the year before, and
Yeah.
he came back for prom and long fucking ponytail, all this. I know what's
They're like,
up.
"Pee in this
all,
cup,
all
dude."
this shit, right? And he's like, cops keep fucking looking at me. And like in my head, I'm like, I feel you, brother. I'm like, I know it.
Yeah.
Just wait until like after prom, then go do all your
Yeah,
drugs.
it'll be a,
Don't you fucking take my daughter with.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. She said she smoked once. Like I didn't like it.
Good.
I'm like, I hope you're not lying to me right now because you're very convincing. So
'Cause
it's
that's
like,
what I said.
Because then I'd walk away and be like, all right, I feel good about it. Like, he bought it. Fucking idiot. Pass the duce. He's like, that's a bubbler.
That was you just eating a dick. Like,
Fuck you, dude. Do not say that after my daughter went to
I can't
prom.
retain my own semen, so I'm going to have to bring in a little bit of yours.
Come on in here. Let me get the mask off. Yeah, no, so that was part of my mask adventure weekend.
Yeah.
But then it led into another mask related thing
Yeah.
the next day.
Let's talk about this. So, so I'm out just getting groceries like a regular ass person. Rode my bike there because it was a beautiful day, the wife and I. And we're roaming around the store. This store, I would say, is at this point 90% maskless.
Like the employees have to. I
Employees
think.
have to. We can stop. We won't judge you guys if you let them take them off, please. He
That's,
will, but
silently.
yeah, but I won't say anything, so it won't cost you any money. And Andy, what's he gonna do? Shop
cares?
somewhere else? Come on.
Right. Nope. I'm scared of the Walmart, so
Yeah,
no way.
yeah. So
where all the COVID's
if you go to Walmart, that's just as bad as going to this prom again. You're like all your ex-girlfriends, nobody's wearing masks, everyone's supposed to. They all hate you. They all fully understand your political beliefs.
all my bumper stickers don't help. Look at that liberal piece of shit.
But also, he has a lot of weird, intense, conservative conspiracy stances on this thing too. Like
The war mode one and like fucking
the you get the new Poser one. The new
I think
Moon Man?
Poser's on there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, grocery
Andy,
store.
you take the story from here because I'm there going about my business, and I just leave. I left. We bought our groceries. We left, got on the bikes, and go. I know nothing of the sorts.
It was uneventful for you.
Yeah. Well, short of having to talk to a bunch of people, but
Yeah.
other than that, yeah.
Yeah. So I walk into the grocery store with my mask on after doing what I did the night before. So even in my head, I'm just like, there's no rhyme or reason. It is so archaic when I do it and when I don't do it. I'll walk into a gas station with it. I'll walk into this place without. I'm just like, the fuck am I doing? You know, like,
But that's a question that is important for you to start to ask.
I don't
At least you just know. But you should just know why you're
But,
doing
like,
it,
I
and you'll
had-
figure it out as you go.
you know, like I've just been doing it just cause in certain places, you
Yeah.
know, just cause whatever. It's not a hassle for me personally, but whatever. So like But who's the fucking first person I see when I walk in there is fucking you without a mask on. You're like eyeing down like the sushi or the like something like the deli or whatever. Just
I did not see him, by the way.
breathing on everything.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there, just like pulling on my dong, looking at deli meat. Just
is that coleslaw?
just mouth breathing and sneezing and slobbering all over the place. Like, God, I fucking love me
Rubbing
some
your
fucking
teeth
honey
on the
ham.
little like black rubbery like guard thing. Like
I'm gonna have to give this one to the Matrix.
yeah. Hold on, where's your bathroom? So I just fucking get the fuck out of there. Like,
What were you afraid of?
I didn't want you to make fun of me.
Which is really funny
It's me.
because first off, I make fun of you. I see you almost every day. Make fun of you then for
Yeah.
sure, always, anyways. And then here, also on the podcast. So now I can make fun of you for this, but for that.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Retroactively.
Yeah. You're like,
It's like,
but I
"God
suppose.
damn it. So like I saw you, so then I just started fucking heading. Like I was like, okay, I'll go to the opposite end and work my way this way.
And then you saw Megan.
Then I fucking saw Megan, so then
Yeah.
I had to stop and like literally like, like I turned around a little bit.
Well, it worked. It worked completely because we had no idea you were there. I had no clue till you told me.
I mean, it is a fine art of avoiding people in stores.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think I'm kind of good at it. Yeah.
I
mean, you can't.
I can't, but I try to. What I try to do is avoid. I can't really avoid being seen.
Yeah.
I try to avoid being accessible when I don't need to. Like I
That's
can
why
get,
you pull on your dong.
I can turn a corner. Yeah, that's why you just.
slowly start like playing pocket pool
What are you
in
doing?
front of people.
Semen retention. It's getting real.
So fucking hard. Yeah. So like I didn't want.
Guys, I do not, nor do I advocate masturbating in grocery stores. By the way, no matter what Andy says about me, it's not true.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I haven't done that in weeks.
True. You fucking, like those
Not in
goddamn
the grocery store.
all those thirst trap like accounts and thirst trap videos
Yeah.
and all these whatever and what have yous. Like that's always a fucking thing. They're always at a grocery store or a Lowe's or someplace like. You want to see my boobies? They just whip it out. I'm just
Really?
like, yeah. Like you see
No.
like people shopping behind them. Like it's a quick like.
I
and then
think
they're
no.
done.
I think that's a symptom
the-
of your algorithm.
Do you think it's the Matrix?
No,
that are reaching out
it's a
sexually?
part. There's something with you and the things that you've searched for, found.
don't
Hold on.
fuck.
If we just connect all these dots, there's a pattern there, which is probably why you're seeing a lot of this. And I'm guessing that is some sort of like being naughty in a place where you can't be naughty, or like trying to be sneaky or quick or whatever there is. There's something at the root of that, and the algorithm knows because of the patterns with which you've already chased everything down.
No, dude. Like every time
Seems to get your attention enough to bring it up on the podcast.
Well, every time I see it, I immediately shut down the sexual side of things, and because I get fucking annoyed when I'm at a store and kids are like fucking off or being dumb. I'm just like, shut the fuck up, let people shop.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, put those fucking titties away. Nobody wants to see your butt. I mean, like, even though I would,
That's true,
but I'm
yeah.
just like, I'm just trying to fucking go about my shopping.
Okay.
I want to buy some deodorant.
Maybe
Get
that's-
those fucking titties away.
Maybe that's the pattern. The pattern is you
They're
hate
trying
it
to
so
k-
much, and the rage is
They're
what
just
gets you
showing
there.
it to me.
No, the rage is
Well,
what
then
gets you there.
oh.
It's no different than showing you a bunch of Trump stuff or something.
I'm over that fucking guy.
I know, but it's the same reaction.
Yeah, I get it.
Look at those giant tits. Put them away.
Look at those juicy wizards just flogging about in front of me. I'm trying to buy cat litter, ma'am.
Listen, ma'am.
Put those juicy butt cheeks.
Well, it is. Here's the thing. You were right in that I absolutely was going to make fun of you if you walked in there standing up to me with the mask just face to face, like, "Hi, Andy."
Yeah.
And you're gonna look at me, and I'm only gonna see this, and you're gonna be like,
We just know.
and then I'm gonna be like, and then if you take it off, I'm gonna be like, well, that now makes this whole thing Stephen Dumber, right? And you're like, yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
But here we are doing it. But hey, at least you didn't have to do it in a grocery. I wouldn't have been. Nobody else would have heard me make fun of you. That would have made for sure that.
I wouldn't really care.
Yeah, but for that, I wouldn't
for
have
that moment-
publicly embarrassed you. I would have just,
Look at this fucking guy.
hey, everybody.
This pussy's got a mask on. Now it's off.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders stuff. They don't think about anything.
Flip flop, floop flop.
Well, I don't know how it works. Obviously.
Also, I always find that if I run into somebody at the store and talk to them once,
Yeah.
there's at least 50 to 75% chance that I'm going to continue to run into them depending on when we got there. And it's just fucking dumb. Like, oh,
What, you following me? Are you following me?
And like, fucking, don't go to frozen foods right now. You know, it's like, get the fuck away
What you
from
do
me.
is you got to cross, when that happens to me a lot, because I also do a lot of shopping.
Yeah,
Move
you're
around.
huge in the aisle.
And so the key is you get the first thing, you get up, and then you get out. And if you do bump into him again, just go, what, are you trying to suck my dick or something? And say it loud. And then they'll laugh because you're funnier than they are, but they're not going to come back by you again.
Yeah, no.
And even then, they'll go to the, like, oh, shit, he's there again. And they're going to move away. So
I don't want that to
give that
happen
one
again.
a try. What are you doing? Trying to suck my dick here in
All of a
the
sudden you just hear
cookies
that.
aisle?
Where the fuck
In
are
the
we?
baked goods aisle 4?
Cookies, crackers, and other treats? Get away from my dick, lady.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work out. Speaking of dicks and semen retention, are we gonna discuss our newest member for the shitty Avengers?
I think we should. But I want to talk one thing about the grocery store quick.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, to get y'all ramped up. I was thinking of how I could segue back too, but I couldn't. There was something I noticed at the grocery store.
We're not always good at
this week,
segues anyway.
and it was not any of the things that we described earlier that they would not want us talking about.
Okay.
But there was a guy playing like electric violin in the parking lot. Right? And it was nice. Had like a little small amplifier. Like
What?
Yeah. This was not that day. It was during the
Oh,
week.
I was like, we had vastly different shopping experiences.
No,
that
but it
day.
was so. But the thing was, he was out kind of at the edge, and you could hear it throughout the parking lot. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was one of the things that I really, really miss about living in Europe, or at least a city in which people give a fuck about things being quaint or interesting or pretty, or you know what I mean. Like that just doesn't exist here. It's like, this is where we park. Heaven forbid we have to plant trees in this space so that it takes up spots, and now it's gay.
For my
Like, this
Hemi
is,
truck.
you know what I mean? But this is the truth. This is the space that we live in. Like, if you want to make, they tried to put a new kind of like entrance post signs to our downtown area, which is slowly, not slowly, very quickly dying and dying and dying and dying and dying a slow, sad death. They try to put signs up there, and you have to read just page after page of comments like, oh, what a waste of money, blah, 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 blah. It's like, so making something beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, pretty, quaint, novel, like, I don't know, just something that goes, oh. You know, like that doesn't fucking happen in this part of the country very often, and it sucks, right?
Yeah.
But I would go out there, I was like, oh man, because that was the thing I really did enjoy in Europe is there's a lot of just people with their little space in the world. They try to make it prettier and beautiful and sound good and look good and be the best, you know, aesthetically pleasing for them. Go to these people's houses, they don't have their backyard, they don't have this like living room in their backyard of furniture. They have like 2 or 3 perfect little pieces of furniture that aren't terribly comfortable, but just if you sit down and you're having a cup of coffee, you're like, this is perfect aesthetically. It is. And so I noticed that as that experience is like, music being played in public. Oh my goodness, it was great. And yeah, he had Bucket Out, was asking for money. And I'm certain that probably wasn't approved of by the store.
I can't see it being so. No.
And but I would say this: if a person was had a store, a local store, that you wanted to have your experience of your stuff's a little. Lean into the things that make your store better than a Walmart, right? This is how your main street stores, your downtown, everything, your experience should be better, right? Your return policies should be better. You should have more knowledgeable staff about what you have. You can be more expensive. You're more conveniently located. I ride my bike there because I'm willing to spend more money because my life now is in this little small enough space. Like those are all the great appeals to having shopping in a mom and pop store as opposed to a huge chain.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm sure the problem is you don't want to open the doors to panhandlers and people coming in and jamming up your already tight parking lot and stuff like this by just letting anyone come in. So I really think there's room for somebody to just once or twice a week on busy day, Friday afternoon, maybe Sunday morning, or, you know, Sunday noon or something like that, when it's a busy shopping day but people aren't in a fucking hurry, like hire somebody to come and play outside. It's just a guy with an acoustic guitar, but he's a good guy. He has the right to be there. Nobody else does, right? Pay him a little bit of money, let him have his thing out. And I think people will really, really, really enjoy like hearing something beautiful throughout their fucking day. Or they can get back in their car and listen to radio that sucks and drive home.
Like really, I'm thinking like any fucking music. You could hire some old ass dude with an accordion.
I would
out there.
love that. No, you're right. But that was one of my favorite things that when we lived in Utrecht during the lockdown. Like we were fortunate to live in a house that I could not afford. You know, Julian was staying somewhere else. It was like living in this place was like 5 times what I could spend on a place. But like had the roof terrace and shit. And there'd be people up on the girls up across the way like playing the trumpet. Practicing the trumpet in the morning, and then a couple times there'd be a guy down in the way playing the accordion and shit, and sometimes around the other way there'd be playing guitar. There'd be a house full of people singing along, and you can hear it down through all the streets. It's like, do more of that. And if you want to fight the war against the big corporation stuff, do more of that. And if you're a musician, you have an idea, you go, I don't need to pitch this on your behalf to a local grocery store. Sack the fuck up and do it. Like, don't make me do it. I got nothing to gain from this, right? I got to go hassle a guy who doesn't want me hassling him about his store, that he doesn't want to fucking be bothered about these things, like on your behalf. Yeah. So sack the fuck up about your thing. This is a good idea. Someone go do it. You know, and don't be a dick about it. Be respectful of people's time. Don't be in the way. Don't be obnoxious, and you can have a good thing going.
Right. Yeah. Damn, that would be nice.
I mean, it would be right. That would be awesome if Sunday mornings there was that. You would walk out every day like, damn, this is nice. It's one of those things when I talk about everything I do with marketing and podcasting, stuff like this, that I do when I consult with people is this. Like, you want people to talk about your shit, right? Yeah. Talk about it. Yeah. Because that's all you're doing. Otherwise, all your other marketing is what? Advertising via price motivation to try to get people to go to your place instead of something else. Or an intense price motivator to try to just get them in to buy up a bunch of stuff to spend a little more on. That's kind of the beginning and end of your strategy. How do you make people talk about your store? Do something else and do it better. Add another layer, another sound, another smell. Like, if your grocery store smells better than the other one, you got a pretty good chance, right? If you go in, it smells like fresh donuts. You know that?
Oh, I love it.
Right? That's the difference.
That's why they put the bakery right there.
Of course. Stupid. You go in, it's coffee and bakery. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Simply delightful. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and the vegetables are also the most aesthetically pleasing thing to look at. It's colorful and presented well. Yeah, those things are psychology. Those aren't an accident. If they are an accident, you got real fucking lucky.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I got mind fucked at the grocery store.
Every product you've ever stumbled into, you never stumbled into. This is the
like blindly.
Yeah. But anyway, this is the thing, guys. If you're in a place with a market, your grocery store experience is sad and it sucks. Like, not sad and sucks, but like it just can be cool. Like, you can really like it, you know. And I just really think I stopped. I gave the guy $10 bill just right off the bat. I heard him for 35 seconds. It's $10 only because I hope he comes back. But I have a feeling with the equipment stuff, I don't think it was a local guy. I think it was someone passing through. And he probably posts up for a couple hours, makes some scratch, and gets on out. You know,
hit the road again.
But
Life of a troubadour.
But there are plenty of people. This doesn't take a big production. You need one with a guitar. You get one person in a guitar. Get a guy out there with a violin just himself. Like, do fucking something.
Yeah. They used to have in town. It's been a while, but they'd have this thing called Final Fridays, where you just kind of think like a wine walk, basically. Yeah. And different little businesses participated, and each had their own musical act that was doing kind of what you're referring to, somewhere inside, somewhere outside. I think they might have had like wine tastings at some of the places. They might have had like live painting kind of type stuff, but it went on for a little bit. I mean, they try here every once in a while, and God bless them for fucking doing so, but it just never seems to take. Everybody just wants fucking Carl's Jr.
Well, there is... But again, so that's one of the things I just refuse to live the other way. You know what I mean? At a basic level, right?
The Carl Jr. way?
Yeah, well, but like, so Megan and I wanted to go out for a little bit Saturday. And I was like, well, what are we going to do? So we biked over to your house. It was a nice day. With the amount of people, they just see a couple of people riding on the bike. Megan on her bike's pretty adorable. It's cute, Fender's basket, and she gets dressed up. But why would you not? I don't know. All those other people are going out on a Saturday night too. They all got dressed to look cute. And then they just got in their car and drove to a place and stood there. And then when a girl rides by on the bike, they go, "Oh, it's so adorable." Oh, I was like, well, "Why don't you get a fucking?" You're like, "This is great. Like, this isn't hard."
When we were riding, one of the last times when I was with you guys, I did hear people as we rode by. They're like, "We should get our bikes."
Yes.
So it is kind of
and you
inspiring.
should. Well, no, but you should because it's great. Like it's not about exercise. Like, your life is more interesting. Yeah. I'm going up and down. Like I noticed the other day, I'm biking on my way home from the grocery store. You're like, I got my groceries and the fucking little thing in the back. It's not hard to do. Get a practical bike. Don't get a fucking mountain bike if you live in this area. You bike pointlessly for an hour and turn around, bike back. Get one that you can do some shit in. Like, do some daily stuff. Go drinking. Daily, just on the daily.
Hop on
Go
your
get your
bike,
groceries,
go get
run
drunk.
your errands, go get drunk. You don't got to worry about being sober to ride in this state.
Maybe a bunny hop or two.
But you know, you notice all the little things. Like you notice that you know, like you'll see. What did I see drive by? There's like a little, like the tiny little 200 milliliter bottle of fucking like vodka, just kind of sitting in the grass on the side of the road by the church. Yeah. And you bike by there, but like your brain, my brain at least sees that and processes like, oh, how'd that get there? Someone chucked that out of a car? Was somebody drinking that at church or at a wedding? Like, you know what I mean? But this little thing that I never would have seen in my life or day, just driving by now, and it's 2 blocks from my house. I like, I don't know, I just saw a thing. I was like, how did that get there? That's neat.
I'll see
And that's garbage.
masks. That's always fun seeing on the ground because then it's like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah. But no, I
What a
think
big
I think getting around like this. So we went from like, where did we start? We went to your place and then we went to Slackers for beer and talked to John down at Slackers and Lamar both like great bike guys. They bike everywhere. They really know their stuff, really like advocate for it. But they're not going to get out and champion the fucking charge. It's a pain in the ass to make a bunch of change. So people out there, just do it. Like get out and bike your way around some shit. Enjoy it. You can condense your life. You'll find out the stores that you really appreciate enough to bike to and the ones you don't. And it's really nice. Then we went down to some cornhole tournament and came back up. No, we went to the cornhole thing first. I don't even remember. But anyway, we were at Slackers. But then I had noticed on my phone that Red Rooster was having live music up front. And it was just a couple people with acoustic guitars and stuff. And we're like, yeah, fuck it. So we just went outside, hopped on the bike, a couple blocks out, sit there on the street. 8 other people there, you know, just some kids playing acoustic music, but they were nice. It was good. And then on to the next thing. And it's like, Jesus Christ, do a little more. The amount of people who just smoke by there. Yeah. Like, I'm going to go and fucking do nothing. Like, I was like, what else are you doing?
Going to the bars where you just sit and a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. So that's my get up off your ass and do something cool speech.
Going home and giving it to the Matrix.
Yeah, give it to the Matrix. Yeah, give it to the Matrix. Yeah.
In whatever form that takes.
Yeah, chase your sexy wife around on a bicycle for a night. You'll have a good time. You know what I mean? Go around. I think you will.
Chase your sexy wife around in a bicycle.
Yeah. All right, what did you have? What do we got after the grocery store? We had to go to Semen Retention Man.
Yeah, speaking of keeping your semen and stuff, there's a new member of the Shitty Avengers. We thought it would be fun if there was a character that was much like Bruce Banner in the Hulk, where once he retained his semen to a certain level, he just grew to immense proportions. Super smart, super strong, full of rage because he's got all this
the rage
calm inside him, like a gotta fucking nut.
Just hates everything. The problem is, I think Semen Retention Man gets to a point after, let's say, like 6 months, where he just hates everyone and everything that has not made him ejaculate this year, which is a lot. It's pretty much everything out there, including himself. Semen Retention Man, I think, slowly becomes self and everything else hatred man.
Yeah, just self-loathing and like, fuck off, dude.
Or maybe that's the transformation. He goes from Semen Retention Man, Semen
That's the
Retention
Hulk
Bruce
out.
Banner to Semen Retention Hulk.
Yeah, he turns like blue because his balls.
Yeah. To I hate everything and myself, man, Hulk.
And the only way to get him to like the whole like sun's getting pretty low is you got Scarlett
Sun's going
Johansson
down pretty low.
needs to drop down and like do those ninja flips and then jerk him off slowly until
The sun's getting real low, Bruce.
your dick's getting real flaccid. After all that Hulk jizz popping up. Bane's like, save some of that for my mask! Originally, when we were talking about this character, it had very different origins. I'm glad we didn't really drop them into this. A more personal. So inappropriate, though. So inappropriate. But yeah, he can join the Shitty Avengers.
I like it.
Just fighting all sorts of crime. Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Quick, Black Widow!
It's so sad.
He was so young, my husband, I lost him. Iran Man.
Don't do it.
I'm from Iran.
He's not even Iranian. No, it's not. He's not even Iranian. He's just like of Iranian. He's as Iranian as you are Norwegian.
Like, I was born in Brooklyn, you piece of shit. Like, yeah, but your parents.
My dad's from Iowa. My mother's from New York. What in the fuck are you talking about here? Yeah, my father came from. What are we doing?
Somewhere down the line, Iran Man.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not even a tech genius, a philanthropist, or a playboy, or whatever. That's enough out of you, Iran Man. Said 8-hour sleep guy.
I got to make an announcement, guys. That Joe Rogan podcast that Andy didn't listen to, you need to go listen to with Dave Smith. It was a really good one, I thought. Highly recommend checking it out. If you want to be informed about things and not just think about things without thinking about things. Anyway, it's a good take with two people. It's a 3-hour podcast, which is, by the way, it's the reason that format works, that podcasts are important, because everything that you see on the news, everything your mother sees on the news, 7-minute segments, right? 7 minutes commercial, 7 minutes commercial, or 7 minutes segment change, 7 minutes commercial. That's the format. So there is no anybody fleshing out a fucking concept beyond buzzwords, right? So it's all just catch, phrase, buzz, boom, boom, catch, line, blah, blah, blah. And it's just all of this is very packaged. It's like comic book stuff. Boom, racism, COVID, anti-vax, dumb people, stupid people, people you hate, people you like, bah, bah, bah. Right. That's it.
Exactly.
But two dudes just fleshing things out, something out for 3 hours. Two smart guys thinking about it. And Dave Smith announced, by the way, he was a comedian. His podcast, Part of the Problem podcast, is one of my all-time favorite podcasts for having like good takes, reasonable takes on things. And a lot of you may not agree with it, but you're going to have a hard time shitting on his thought process. You may disagree just fundamentally on a couple of on how you think the solution should be done, but I don't think you can be like, oh, this guy's thought process is dumb. He's a true kind of like Ron Paul libertarian type who comes from a place of compassion and understanding of the process and doesn't just come out thinking the first thing we need to do is stop paying for fire departments because we're going to do it privately now. It's like, well, maybe that's not the first step in your fucking libertarian agenda when we're telling people they can't go to their jobs because of fucking the health department is scared or whatever.
So he's not down with fighting the war on menthol?
No. No, not at all. But he also was one of the co-founders of Legion of Skanks podcast, which is like probably one of my 2 or 3 all-time favorite podcasts, especially with Big J. Okerson, who is, like I say, probably the funniest man alive if you're going to have somebody on a show. He is fucking brilliant. And but that's like probably the most offensive podcast that has existed for a really long time. And he comes from that. Like he's still on that show making jokes, pushing limits. And he announced with the kind of power that he does have now that he'll be running for the Libertarian Party for president. Now, he obviously has no, anyone, you're not going to win.
Oh, yeah. No.
But the take that he did take on this is my point is to be there, not to win, but to get in there and make sure that these are whatever 2 buffoons that they prop up now out of the Democrats and Republicans, that I decide what we talk about. Because I won't let them just gloss over these issues that really matter while they just talk about their, you know what I mean, their chosen upon talking points. So highly recommend listening to that episode. On all the shit that's going on today, it's like a good kind of zoom back and be like, all right, let's look at this reasonably here. And I think it's a really good take on things. So Dave Smith on Joe Rogan. Check it out.
Only on Spotify?
Only on Spotify.
They're not on YouTube anymore? Or were
no,
they ever?
He's not on YouTube anymore. No.
Okay.
For $200 million, I'd put my podcast in the fucking, you know what I mean? I'd put it on one cell phone and nobody else can hear it. I don't give a fuck. For $200 million, I'll put this podcast up my ass.
Put up my ass. Yeah, dude. That's what we've been doing. Just cultivating ass space. That's good. That's good.
I, too, have been cultivating ass.
Cultivating ass. Working on a sex farm. Plowing through your bean field.
Right. Anyway, I wanted to hustle that for the Dave Smith Rogan podcast because it was a really good one. Jesus, I got so many notes from before.
That we don't even...
I don't care.
Have we glossed?
Next week on the autoerotic asphyxiation Randy podcast. Andy.
Daddy. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. You can ask me to choke you, but I might fucking do it wrong, and I don't want to. Yeah, don't get it. I'm all fucking vanilla over here.
You gotta learn
Put your tits away in public. No, I will not fucking choke you.
Yeah, Jesus
Now
Christ.
lay down and let me put my erect penis inside.
Missionary only, but please close your eyes.
Can we keep the lights on? Maybe turn down this R&B. Dumb.
Yeah, I guess. Well.
So much for that semen retention.
And I'm married, so y'all all fucking screwed. Sorry. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for listening this week. Go to on Instagram at Conspiracy Randy.
I'm at Skinny Idiot Studios.
And I am at Tyler F. and Stone. We're going to send you out with a little slow jam from Prof. This is Spellbound, the beginning. Sexy talk.
Y'all have a good few
all this sexy talk. And he's like, take your titties and put them away.
I don't want to see your butt in the middle of my nards. Ow.
And if we're gonna have sex, we're gonna keep it missionary and with no eye contact.
Ejaculate within 20 seconds and say, see you later, that was nice.
And spit apparently has no place in the bedroom. The fuck, right? It's all right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
I can't get out my way. Sometimes I just get lost. You a bad mama. You'd be like having a touch. Just make my dreams come true. Having a touch. Just let that dress undo. Having a touch. Spellbound. Show me that you feel the same. You'd be like having a touch. Got nirvana running through my veins. Can I come over on a weekday in the morning?